When I interviewed Greg Silverman, one of the questions that I asked him was, what do you think is an important characteristic for a worship leader? And his answer was a little different than what I've heard from a lot of people, but I thought it was pretty worthwhile. Take a look.
I love to praise and worship Jesus privately. And I think a worship leader who's doing well is spending time praising and worshiping Yeshua, Jesus, in private. And so I was part of one of the IHOP movements, the International House of Prayer movements, for tangentially, just for less than a year. When I did, the idea there is to lead worship to nobody in the room other than the Lord, so not humans. Or maybe some humans kind of float in and float out. But that's all more like privately worshiping. He's worthy to be praised regardless of whether or not there's lots of other people in the room. He qualifies for worship even if there's not a crowd. I like the phrase audience of one. And so I think a characteristic of a worship leader would be someone who wants to praise and worship him when there's not a crowd.
Years ago, a man who was a real mentor to me in a lot of ways, the late Dr. Judson Cornwall, he made a statement. He said, if there hasn't been a song in your heart for 6 days, there won't be one on the 7th. And what he's saying is that worship shouldn't just be a once-a-week activity. It should be part of who we are, and especially if you're a worship leader. This is to me, so foundational for us. And so what I want to do is to encourage you to just take some time and really consider that for your own life. Where are you at with that? Is that really a priority for you, worshiping when you're not up in front of people? And if it's not, then what are the steps that you're going to take to get you to that place?
Brought to you by myworshipleadingcoach.com.
Helping you to be more fully equipped as a worship leader.